Hi guys, my name is Lucia and today it is time to shop my stash again. The last time I shopped my stash was in December because I took that same makeup home with me through all of January was my winter break, and I have been using all of this stuff for a while. There's also a lot of stuff that I used up and I am ready to switch things up a bit. So for eyeshadow, I was using three things. I was first using the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, and you're going to be able to tell that I used this a ton. I did hit pan on this shade. I think this already had pan, but there's a ton of dips. This gray shade I used a lot. This is a really big dip, and then I flattened out a lot of these baked shadows. If you watch my channel, you know this is one of my all-time favorite palettes, and I am ready to put it back for a bit. Now, I was also using my Z palette with my ColourPop single shadows, and I had gotten this Anastasia quad. I mentioned this in my last Shop My Stash, but in case you didn't see it, these are $1 at Sephora. I got it for 85 cents during the Sephora sale in the fall, and I was using this to make different quads. I ended up using a lot of Wake Up Call, which is more of a cool tone brown, this shade Popular Demand, and the shade Cute Alert. That was a quad that I had made, but I only put 3 of them in there, and I used that a lot in conjunction with the Zodiac palette. I also managed to hit pan on the shade Issues. This had a really big dip. I did use these shades with these really bright shadows I wasn't going towards, but I used this a lot and I am ready to put it back. And then we have the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Love Signs palette that I used a lot when I was testing it out. I got this the day it came out. I think it was the week of Black Friday, and then I used it as quickly as I could with as many shadows as I could so that I could make an in-depth review for you guys. I did make that video. I will link it down below, and I used this for about 3 weeks straight to make that video, and I did bring this home for winter break. That was a waste of space because I did not use this once over winter break. These are very bright spring summery shadows to me. I do really enjoy these more muted shadows. They are really nice, but I've just been wearing really plain colors with my clothing. Like, my wardrobe has turned into a lot of grays and blacks and tans, and I've just kind of been going more minimal on the eyes, a lot less colorful than I am used to doing. So I didn't use this in January, but I did use it in December, and I am ready to put it back. So I have not shopped my stash for eyeshadow since I did that eyeshadow palette declutter maybe 2 months ago. I will link that down below, but there is a lot more space in here, a lot more breathing room. I am really wanting to keep it more minimal on the eyes. I've just been wearing less color than usual, so the first thing I definitely want to pull is the Misha Lou Cosmetics The Fawn palette. This is very neutral. It is by far the most neutral palette I have. I definitely don't think you need this. Whenever I talk about these palettes, I get questions like, they look so beautiful, do I need this? You definitely don't. These were sent to me. I would not have purchased them on my own. They have so many similar colors, like this and this are the same, this and this are like the same. I don't know why they needed both of these. The matte shadows are a little bit stiff, but these metallic shadows are just, I mean, they're amazing, and they're very pretty for neutral looks, so I'm excited to use this. I was consider pulling the Good Sport palette, but I just think it's a little too colorful for what I'm going for right now, and I don't think I would reach for it a lot. Let's see, this is the Misha Lou Queen Bee palette. Again, very colorful. This, the Throne shade, is just stunning. I don't know. I'm not really feeling that either. Oh, you know what I'll pull? I haven't used this since I got it. I got this over the summer, and I had it in either 1 month or 2 month of Shop My Stash rotations, and then I put it back. This is the Deuce palette by Juvia's Place, and while this does have a bit of color, it also has some neutral shades, and maybe I will dabble into the pinks a bit. I probably won't be going for this macaroon shade. I can't just have these two though. That's kind of boring. I think I need one more thing. Maybe we'll do this Aphrodite palette, because if I'm being honest, I could probably pull the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette for even another rotation, but I've been using that for months, and I really do want to switch it up. So I think I'll do this because this has some nice neutrals, but again, some pops of color. I had originally thought maybe every month I would make a quad from these shadows, but I don't really feel like doing that. Maybe if I feel compelled to make a quad later on in the month, I'll do that, but I did use these for a while, and I am ready to put them back. As far as lashes, I am on a new mascara that I will show you, and I might need to grab for one of these Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascaras if I run out, but I'll just keep that there for now, and that is it for this drawer. Going over here to my base products, a lot has changed in this drawer because I took home the products that are my summer products. So the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer is now at home, as well as the NYX Foundation Mixer, and I did also use up my Becca First Light Priming Filter, which I do really miss, and I will tell you why. So this is still the only foundation I have. This has been going strong for over a year now. I can't believe how long this has lasted me. It's lasted me like 14 months, and I will be honest, I am ready for it to be gone. I loved this with the Becca primer. It was such an amazing combination, but the reason I'm not loving it with the Laura Mercier primer is because I use this oil under my foundation because my skin is so dry, and I can't use an oil with the Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is the foundation primer in Radiance. If you use an oil with this primer, the primer pills, and I didn't realize that that would happen. There must have been oil in the Becca primer, so what I've been doing is I've just been using a ton of oil and then the foundation but no primer, and I really liked using a glowy primer and the oil because this is a very matte foundation and my skin is so dry where I go to school. I talk about this in like every video if you watch my channel. This is almost gone, and I honestly cannot wait for it to be gone because I want to buy the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It's either the Healthy or the Healthy Boost Foundation, but you guys know which one I'm talking about. So hopefully this could be gone this month. This just never dies. It never does. And I love this foundation still. I just need the right primer with it, and I don't have that right now. But I'm not going to get rid of this because with the Healthy Boost Foundation, I'm hoping to just use this and not have to use an oil under it. So that's where I am with that. And then I have my 2 concealers and 1 under eye corrector. These are the only ones I have. This is the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer in the shade 2 from First Aid Beauty, Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light, and the First Aid Beauty Eye Duty Triple Remedy in Fair Medium. It has been a tiny bit frustrating with the foundation, but another thing that I've been doing in the next drawer, this is my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is what I usually use to powder my face, but actually recently I have been using my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder to set my entire face as well as under my eyes. I've been doing what I'm calling mini baking. I have been sort of doing the baking technique, but it's not with a ton of powder. I use a fair amount, but not as much as normal baking would. And then when I'm done with that, with my sponge, I just dust this on the rest of my face because I think an actual face powder with a heavy brush, it's just too dry right now for the combination of foundation that I'm using. And then this was something I got as a free birthday gift from Sephora. This is the Kat Von D translucent powder, and I talked about this in a recent video. The reason I picked this set for my birthday gift is for when I travel later on in the year, I will bring this little guy for my translucent powder. I actually haven't really been enjoying this powder. Maybe this month I'll try to use it more because I used it under my eyes a couple times and it creased really badly, but maybe I'll try it for all over my face. I think I'll do that. And then of course, you guys know the drill. My Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer is what I use as my staple, so I'm going to stick with that. This eye drawer looks a little bit different. I was gifted from Ulta for my birthday these 2 little Ulta single shadows. I've been using this as a brow bone most days, and I think I will pull this. I think I'm going to keep it in here, or maybe I'll put it in this little bin. Yeah, I think I'll put it there to remember to use it, or will I forget about it there? You know what? I'm going to keep it in here and try to remember to use it. And then I do have these 2 eyeliners. This one is new. This is from that free set that I got for my birthday. This is the Kat Von D Trooper eyeliner in Intense Black. I really don't love liquid eyeliner on me anymore, but I am going to pull this to try to use because I don't want it to just sit there. Maybe I'll pull this turquoise eyeliner. I haven't really been feeling color, but I think I'll put that in there because I haven't used it in a while. The mascara that I am using right now is the Tarte Maneater. This was a sample that I got, and I'm actually really enjoying this for lip lipstick. The main thing that I'm going to focus on is MAC Whirl. I am so close to being done with this. I hardly have anything left. This is my favorite lipstick, and this will be the only lipstick that I have used up that I didn't pan. So I've used up a ton of lipstick throughout the years, but I've always put them in a project pan, and I've always made a conscious effort to use them up. I never did that with this. This is just being used up organically because of how much I love it. It probably only has like 2 days left, so I will do some cool toned looks and I will use that up. I am not certain if I'm going to repurchase it right away. I definitely want to repurchase it eventually, but I do want to focus on some other lipsticks. Let's see. I think I really would like to use the lipstick 27. This is a ColourPop lipstick, and I wore this a lot in fall. It's a very nice deep fall tone, but I do want to pull it out again. I want to try to wear the red a bit, and I think just mainly my other ColourPop shadows. Money Moves I probably won't use because that's very warm toned, and I didn't really pull anything warm toned, but Scorpio Moon and Still Crazy, I'll show you what they look like. I would like to use these a bit. I'm actually wearing a combination of the two right now. These are what the two look like. If you guys watch my Shop My Stash, you know that I don't actually put lipstick in a separate container because this is it. This is all lipstick I got. But I just like to talk about which ones I'm focusing on. For my blushes, I was using Benefit Rockateur for months now. I have been trying to hit pan on this. It was in a project pan and it never happened. A lot of people think that I have pan. I don't. This is just the waffle pattern showing underneath the product, but there is still a layer of product over all of this, but I need to give this a break. I am going to focus on the Tarte Exposed blush this month. I do have pan in this and I would like to expand the pan. I never put this in a project pan to hit pan on it. I just happened to one day, and so that was really exciting, and it's a beautiful blush and I want to get more use out of it. I finally have a review on the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. I got this during the Beauty Insider sale at Sephora, and I got this to replace my Essence Pure Nude highlighter because I realized that that one was too dark for me. I have been using this in its place every single day, and I really enjoy this product. It is beautiful. It is very natural. It's exactly what I wanted, which is just the Essence Pure Nude, but in a lighter form. It's a shame that Essence Pure Nude doesn't have a lighter shade because this is so expensive and the Essence one is so inexpensive, but this does feel so luxurious. Like, the packaging is so nice, and just to know that you're using a Laura Mercier product, not to mention that the product itself is really good. You definitely don't need to run out and buy this if you have a ton of highlighters, but it definitely is something that I would recommend. I do want to try to use a little bit more of Ofra Pillow Talk. I have accepted that this is way too icy for me to use as a normal highlight, but what I've been doing a few days, what I did today was I put the Laura Mercier one on like usual, and then I pat this in my finger just like that, like literally that much product. I tap it on my hand to get some of that product off, and then I tap what's on my finger onto my cheekbone. It's so intense and so icy that that's the only way I can wear it and feel comfortable, but it's beautiful. It gives a really nice pink sheen, so I definitely want to focus on this. Lastly, I just wanted to talk about my Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Diamond Dust. I am super disappointed with this because I took the stopper out, not to mention it doesn't matter if you take the stopper out because you can't get to that stuff on the bottom, but this is completely dried out. Now, I keep reviving it with contact solution. I keep putting contact solution, but I can still like scrape it and get it to be pretty if I'm scraping what's on the wand, but it's super chunky. When I'm doing my actual eyeshadow, I can't be scraping this, and there's glitter that gets all over my face, so I don't know. I think I'm going to keep reviving this for a little while, but this is going to have to go soon, and it's a shame because I've only had this for a year, and these are $24, so that is a steep price in my opinion for something that's going to dry up on you before you can use it up, because I was going to use all of this up, but now I can't, one, because you can't reach the product, and two, because if you put contact solution in it, it dries up again within 36 hours. Alright guys, and that was everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!